Hello, everyone. I'm Lindsay Harvey, facilitator for today's event, and I'd like to welcome you all to the session. In a moment, I'll turn the session over to our first speaker, Laura Simmons. But before doing so, I have a few housekeeping notes to cover. The audio for this session will be broadcast through your computer speakers. Please ensure that your speakers are turned on and set to an appropriate volume. Should you have any questions throughout the session, please ask them in the Q&A panel to the bottom right side of your screen. All of those questions will be answered in today's session by one of our wonderful panelists. And with that, I think we could get started. Laura, the floor is all yours.
Great. Thank you, Lindsay. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us at our second annual Cisco Live preview. We are thrilled that you're registered for Cisco Live 2019 in San Diego, and we wanted to take this time to just walk you through some information we think will be valuable leading up to the event and also on the event. We want to make sure that you have the best experience possible attending Cisco Live. So as Lindsay mentioned, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. We want to make sure we answer all of the questions. We're recording this and we'll post the recording on our on-demand site and on YouTube afterwards. We'll send you a link in an email, and we'll also make sure we track the questions. So if you don't have a chance to answer yours, perhaps someone else asked the question and you can go back and look for the answers. So again, please feel free to put anything in. We've got a panel here ready to answer your questions. So a couple of things we're going to go through this morning. First of all, I just want to let you know that we're super excited. We're ready for San Diego. We're going to welcome you there. This is our Cisco Live team. We've been working for over 9 months, probably 12 months really, to put this program together. And so we can't wait to see it all come to life and have you there in person. Today's presenters, we've got a couple of people from the Cisco Live team. I'm the content lead, so I look at all of the sessions across the whole program, and also the Cisco Showcase, which is in the world of solutions and how the demos and solutions come together. Heather Thomas leads event experience and operations, so she has a lot to cover and share with you. Brendan Warnley is our technology lead. We're going to go into the mobile app and talk about how it's been optimized this year, a couple of opportunities for you to do some new stuff. And Heather Dixon is also a content manager, and she's going to talk about WebEx Teams and how we're building relationships with speakers and attendees and with each other. So we'll go through some of the upcoming content activities. We're going to talk about how to navigate on site, and then we'll wrap it up for you. So first thing again, welcome to San Diego. It's been a couple of years since we've been back. We are looking forward to a beautiful week. The city is ready to host all of us. There'll be a lot of Cisco Live attendees, so make sure you have a chance to meet fellow attendees and enjoy the week. Here's our week at a glance. I think most of you know we start on Sunday. We have our labs and technical seminars. These take place at the Hilton and the Convention Center. If you're interested in deep dive training, this is something that you do need to register for specifically. It's not included with your passes, so be sure to go and look at the session catalog if you haven't already done so. And you can see across the week we have a lot going on. We've got our breakouts, the World of Solutions, which is our trade show floor where we've got our partners and our Cisco solutions so you can come and experience that hands-on. We've got innovation talks and big ideas talks we'll talk about a little bit. The IT management program runs the whole week, and then we've got some of our special programs. So keynotes take place Monday and Tuesday and Thursday. We want to make sure that you have that on your schedule. Executive Symposium, Press and Seascaper, all opportunities for some of our executives to come and hear directly from C-suite, analysts, etc. And then finally, what's really important, of course, is the social events. So Monday, we've got our welcome reception. Tuesday, we've got our celebration that we'll talk about a little bit later. And then Thursday, we welcome you all for brunch after the party in the World of Solutions. So this year's keynote, we're very excited that we've got our executive leadership team participating. Monday, 10:30 in the morning, we've got Chuck Robbins, our chairman and CEO, followed with David Geckler and Amy Chang, both of whom lead very large business groups within Cisco, networking and security, and collaboration. So this is a chance for you to come and hear some of the announcements we'll be making and get a sense of what Cisco's really driving. Everything should be added to your schedule, so when you look into your personal schedule, you'll see where to go for the keynote on Monday and also for Tuesday. So Tuesday again at 10:30, we've got Chuck Robbins, David Geckler, and Maria Martinez, who is our Chief Customer Officer. We'll be talking specifically about what Cisco's doing to help build relationships with you and make your life a little bit easier. So there's a lot of great technology that will be shared probably some demos, some guest speakers, so highly encouraged to see you there at the keynote session. Innovation talks are the next level down. So this is where we bring in our senior engineering leaders, such as Jeff Reed from Security, Sachin Gupta from Enterprise Networking, Roland Akra from Data Center. These are 30-minute sessions. They're really focused on the latest product announcements and innovations that Cisco is driving in technology. They're 30-minute sessions. I've got the link here for the schedule, so make sure that you go, add some to your personal agenda, and have a chance to come and find out what's really happening in these business units. And the idea is that once you kind of get a sense of the innovation, then you can go into the Cisco showcase, into the Cisco booth, and actually see it in action. Another program that we brought from last year is the Big Ideas Talk. So we think a lot about how to do some multidisciplinary education. We want to make sure that we're not just all focused on technology, we're also focused on what people are thinking about outside of work. So we brought together 4 very diverse speakers. They're all amazing. And they're going to just kind of change your mindset a little bit about how to think about life. So Leland Melvin is a former NFL football player and also an astronaut. So he's going to talk about how his journey got from football to space and what he was able to do and achieve and what he can share with you. Janet Stovall is talking about diversity and inclusion and giving practical tips to make sure that we're being advocates for ourselves and for those around us. Kate Darling is a research specialist at MIT. She'll be bringing a robot and talking about why we have an emotional connection to something that isn't perhaps alive. So she's really phenomenal and highly encourage you to come that. And then Ben Nemtin is talking about more of the kind of bucket list and how to make sure you've got a full life. We're not just all work at Cisco Live. We want to make sure that we've got some playtime and to think about life outside of technology. So this is a nice balance and highly encourage you to come to all of these. We've also expanded our leadership and equality program. So for those of you who might have attended last year, we've done this program where we're thinking about really equality sessions for everyone and leadership. Again, that balance between technology and also personal leadership. So we've got a lot of sessions throughout the week open to everyone. In addition, we've got mentoring and a reception on Tuesday evening, cocktails and conversations. So we encourage you to register for that. You'll have a chance to meet not just Cisco executives, but also peers and have a chance to do some mentoring and network there. But there's a lot of different sessions throughout the week. And then, of course, the core of the program is the technical tracks. Here are our tracks this year. You know that we have over 1,000 sessions. That includes breakout sessions, product and strategy overviews. It includes a content theater. We've just got a lot going on. We have some new sessions this year where we're looking at 60 minutes. Some of the tracks, for example, Data Center put together a curriculum on Monday, so it helps you flow from one topic to another. And all of these are intended to be a nice focus on deployment, implementation, best practices, industry content, and make sure that you have a chance to schedule your sessions, which we'll talk about soon. DevNet is also a big component of Cisco Live. So this is focusing on our developer community, but it's really open to anyone. We want to encourage you to come by, have a chance to play with some of the APIs, have a chance to take a workshop, learn how to program if you haven't already done that, learn how to create an API, learn how to leverage that for some of the products that Cisco has already developed. Highly interactive, very exciting, lots of fun stuff. This is in the sales pavilion in the middle of the convention center, so you won't miss it, but we want to make sure that you save some time and come to the DevNet zone. Also, what's really important, and I think one of the things that sets Cisco Live apart, is Meet the Expert. So this is your chance to book a meeting, a one-on-one meeting or a 3-to-1 meeting if you prefer, with executives and engineers. So your account manager can request meetings for you if there are specific executives you want to talk to. But really the bulk of the meetings are Meet the Engineer. So within the registration portal, you can do a one-on-one meeting. You can log in, look for a topic that you're interested in, SD-WAN or collaboration. You can get a little bit more specific. All of our speakers have uploaded their expertise. So you request what you're looking for, and then we have a matching system to find you an engineer who can help answer your questions. If you can't pre-schedule a meeting, we do have walk-in meetings. These all take place at the Hilton Bayfront. So just keep in mind, we've got a lot of people coming to Cisco Live this year, so if you're interested, make sure you go early for a walk-in meeting. We'll do our best to accommodate you. The speakers obviously have a busy week, but we do want to make sure that you have a chance to talk one-on-one with them. And then we do have a limited amount of ad hoc space if you need to do a pop-up meeting, and that's also at the Hilton Bayfront. Okay, so the World of Solutions is the counterpart to all of the technical education. This is where you have the partners come and demonstrate their latest and greatest products and how they're going to help you be more successful. So in addition to our diamond sponsors that you can see listed here, we also have partner villages. So we've got villages focused on collaboration, digital building, the investment pavilion, which is looking at startups, the IoT connected communities, and then security. So I think it's over 260 partners, possibly still growing, and highly encourage you to spend some time there. Here's just a layout of the World of Solutions. So there's multiple entrances within the convention center. You can see in the back the Cisco Showcase, which is the Cisco booth, and our Network Operations Center. So you have a chance to go see what actually runs the whole enterprise event network for Cisco Live, something that we're very proud of. It's built in 2 weeks, and it's an enterprise-class network that supports, I think, 37,000 devices, probably and growing. So incredibly stable, we hope. And you have a chance to see the engineers that built it and also look at the products and how they put it together. And then you can see our villages kind of in front of the Cisco Showcase. You can see all of these partner booths. We've got a think tank where we're doing some sessions with partners. We've got a solutions theater where we also have sessions for you to come and hear from partners directly, and then a couple of fun different areas. We've got a certification lounge for those of you who have Cisco certifications, and then we've got an umbrella park where you can kind of sit down, recharge, have a drink, rest your feet, and get ready to take on more demos and sessions. The think tank, as I mentioned, this is a very interactive place for you to hear from some of the partners along with solutions theater. Different topics. You know, one is really kind of short, high-level product overviews. The think tank is a little bit deeper, where you're going to learn more about what Cisco is doing with innovation and investment, or also what partners are doing. The engagement center is where partners host meetings, so you might be invited to come to a meeting there. The park is a social event where you can come and have a place to put your coffee down, meet with some vendors or meet with some suppliers, meet with other peers. And then we also have the VR and gaming lounge, which is an interactive, fun environment. And I think there's some games and competitions, so you want to make sure you stop by that. Within the Cisco Showcase, I just wanted to show a layout. It's pretty big this year. It's about 27,000 square feet. And we really tried to think about doing it a little bit differently this year. So on the right-hand side of the booth, where you see campus and branch and NOC, that's looking at how the domains are coming together. So these are Cisco solutions and products that tie together. We have a dedicated area for launches, which you'll find out on Monday at the keynote what we're launching. After you go to that, then you can go to the launch zone and see these products in action. Again, we've got space for the Network Operations Center, as we mentioned. On the left-hand side of the booth, we've done something a little bit differently this year. We're actually bringing in customer stories. So we have 3 customer stories that walk you through how their technology deployments were put together, what business outcomes were created, and how you can relate that back to your industries. So you'll have a chance to do some highly interactive stuff there and go deeper into understanding how could we do some breakthroughs in optimization. How could we leverage Meraki cameras, for example, in a city and reduce the crime rate? And then if those industries don't align to you, we've actually got a dedicated industry section for you to go through and learn about public sector, retail, healthcare, et cetera. We've got Cisco on Cisco, which is how Cisco is using our own technology. We look at it as customer zero. We really do use all of our own technology. And then we also have an escape room. So I would encourage you to get a team together and try to beat the clock in 2 escape rooms, one for enterprise and I think one for data center. So those are really fun. I did them in Barcelona, and they're a lot harder than they look. But I think you guys can probably do it pretty quickly. So I know one of the questions that comes up a lot is how to schedule sessions. And this is really important because we've got a lot of people attending the breakout sessions, and we want to make sure that you get into that. So When you log into Session Catalog, and this is for people who have a full conference or an IT management program, you log into the Session Catalog with your Cisco Live username and password, and then you can see a couple of different important features here. We've got My Schedule, we've got the filters on the left-hand side, and we've got a keyword search. So this is where you go and book your personal agenda. The agenda shows up here in your portal, in your dashboard, and it also will transfer to the mobile app when that launches, I think June 3rd. So the first way to look at finding sessions that you're interested in is doing a keyword search. So you can see here in the example, I've typed in firewalls. Here's a list of sessions that relate to firewalls. So we tag them on the technology and on the solutions available, and they're also grouped by track. So once you see this view, if you're interested troubleshooting ASA firewalls, you would click on the schedule button, and it would be added to your personal agenda. You can see down below it says join waitlist for one of the DevNet sessions. You can add that, and it goes onto your waitlist. So it's full to be scheduled, but it doesn't mean you can't attend the session. We also have a couple of filters to help narrow down. So as we mentioned, we've got over 1,000 sessions. We're trying to think about ways for you to find your sessions a little bit more easily. So you can search on session type. You can see in the little box there, you can search by innovation talks or breakouts or product strategy overview, etc. That narrows the search. Again, you can do a keyword search on top of that and find something really specific. You can look for an advanced session and certification on routing and switching. So make sure you're playing around with the filters and undoing them. If you get too narrow and you're not finding what you're looking for, hopefully we've got content for everyone. We've got a really robust content program. But if you have any recommendations and questions, just let us know through social media or on your surveys. We always look forward to comments from the attendees. And we also allow you to search by schedule. So as you're going through and putting things on your personal agenda, you can see it's on my schedule. This is my view, so it's a little bit different because I have a lot of different sessions that I want to go take a look at and see how they're performing this year. Click on the plus button, and then it pops up what's available in that time slot. So, if you've got a session you're not sure if you want to go, you want to see what else is available at 8 o'clock or 10:30, just click the plus button, and then you've got a list. Same thing, schedule. If you click on the star on the right-hand side session name, that's a favorite. That puts it on the list for you, but you haven't scheduled it. So it's a great way to kind of add a bunch of things you're interested in, but you're not sure which one you're going to go to yet. And then finally, this is the view of your schedule. So when you click on my schedule, this is what it looks like. You can see my favorites. We've got a checkbox here that shows my favorites. So again, you're not registered for those sessions. They're just on your favorite list. The sessions with the blue box are starred favorites, and then you've got sessions that you're attending. So this is a way for you to just know where you're going. We haven't released the rooms yet. We're in the process of making sure that we're getting as many people into the session rooms as possible. So we'll be publishing the session rooms very soon. You'll see those in the mobile app and on your schedule. So if you're waitlisted for a session, we encourage you to go to the room because it means that you're not pre-registered, but you probably have a good chance of getting into the session. So once the locations are published the day of, we ask everyone who's registered for a session to be there no later than 10 minutes before the start of the session. We'll let everybody who is registered into the session go. People who are waiting, as soon as there's an open seat, we confirm that 10 minutes prior. We'll start letting people in who are standing by hoping to get into the session. And we know because there's so much going on at Cisco Live, not everyone goes to the sessions you're registered for. So there's a really good chance you're going to get into the session. So highly encourage you to go to any session, even if you're not registered for it, with the exception of seminars and labs, because those you do have to pay for separately. So I think that covers all of the scheduling questions. Again, put your questions in the Q&A panel, and I'm going to turn it over to Brandon for the mobile app.
Great. Thank you, Laura. And as everyone can see, there's a lot of great activities and content that you can experience at Cisco Live. I also want to give a shout out to Scott, who complimented my shirt from a previous slide. It's great to see that there's great taste on the phone here. Just going off with what Laura mentioned, she started showing some tools that you have at your disposal to be able to find sessions. We're going to go through some things in the mobile app and other solutions that hopefully will will make your life easier and will help you locate the various activities, maybe network with attendees on site. Here are some of the things that are new to the mobile app this year. By request, some have asked for a shuttle tracking feature. So within the mobile app, you'll be able to go to the various shuttle stations, or also detect in the mobile app how soon the next shuttle should arrive at your station. And so you're not left wondering if you were left behind. Open roaming is a concept where when you log into the mobile app on site, you'll be able to click a button and automatically be added to the Cisco Live network, which really opens the door to a lot of features in the app. Attendee recommendations. We're recommending other attendees that you can network with based on familiar tags or similar tags. We're also showcasing demos, featured demos. Our Clay chatbot is a AI-powered bot that will ask you questions and guide the conversation, but you can also ask Clay questions as well in real time that'll provide you some answers on how to navigate the event on site. Some other aspects of the experience that might help you in navigating all the options that you have on site is we have some improved and customized recommendations. Essentially what we're doing is we are taking all the data that you're providing us, and we're offering you some personalized recommendations around sessions, demos, exhibitors that you could visit, and as well as attendees that you could network with. And so there's going to be, as you can see on the screen here on the left, there's a recommendations tab, and it showcases the various recommendations. There's a machine learning engine that'll populate new recommendations as you're scanning at different sessions. There's also, you'll see an icon on the far right here on the left mobile screen. It's a thumbs up, thumbs down. So if a recommendation isn't really matching up to what you're looking for, you can simply tap the thumbs down and it'll produce new recommendations. The goal is to harness exactly what you're looking for on site so that we can predict the next step for you. And we can offer all the different content options that are available to you that best satisfy your needs. As we mentioned, the shuttle tracking before, open roaming is included in the app. Last year we had an experience with Track My Steps. This was highly popular. The opportunity is you can compete with your peers in order to see who garners the most steps on site, because we know that there's a lot of space between sessions. You might as well get credit and some bragging rights for it as well. Find My Friends is another popular solution that we're bringing back this year. It allows you to create some groups in order to essentially find your friends and perhaps schedule meetings so that you can pinpoint a location on the map that you would like to meet, and then you'll see little dots where your colleagues are on the venue map, and eventually you'll see those dots convene to a meeting location. It's a lot of fun. And that's a majority of what we have new for the mobile app. Just one last thing before we jump to WebEx Teams is with every recommendation you receive, when you tap on the recommendation to go to a particular session, we will use Cisco Solutions, CMX is what we call it, in order to direct you to the location that you're trying to get to. So it'll place on the map where you are at that time and how to get to where you're trying to go. So I know I've seen a lot of questions in the Q&A. What's the distance? How do I find my session? That will be a solution to help you within the mobile app to get to where you need to go and to know how to navigate. So next we'll have WebEx Teams.
Thanks, Brendan. My name is Heather, and I'm going to go over a little bit about what WebEx Teams is and how and why we use it at Cisco Live. So first of all, what is WebEx Teams? So WebEx Teams is a platform that we use at Cisco for video meetings, group messaging, sharing files, and whiteboarding. We're on a WebEx team meeting right now, so that's how Cisco uses WebEx Teams. And now I'm going to go over a little bit about how we use it at Cisco Live. The main purpose that we use WebEx Teams is for attendees to continue the conversation with speakers after the session. So all breakouts, technical seminars, instructor-led labs, products and strategy overviews, DevNet sessions, content theater sessions, innovation talks, and leadership and equality sessions will all offer WebEx Teams rooms. You might hear them being referred to as a WebEx Teams space. So again, the purpose is for attendees to continue conversation and ask questions of the speaker after the session. You can also use it to connect with other attendees that are attending the same session you are and interested in similar topics. You also might receive reminders to take the session survey. That's very important to our speakers, so you might see them posting a reminder to take that session survey. We're asking our speakers to moderate the space from June 8th to June 16th. So again, our speakers are referred to as moderators in the space, and they will be monitoring it and asking questions and engaging through June 16th, the Sunday after Cisco Live. You also, if you're participating in other programs at Cisco Live, you might be invited via email to attend or to join a WebEx Team space, especially if you're new to Cisco Live. You might receive an email in the next week or so to join the new attendee space. And that is a great space where you can find lots of information, and information will be shared of tips and things that new attendees need to know. So keep an eye out for those emails if you are new to Cisco Live. Let's see. So as far as the sessions goes, when you attend a session, this will be a slide that is presented by the speaker early on in the session, and just pointing out that if you want to continue the conversation, ask any questions, please join the space. So if you look at the image of the cell phone, that is what will appear in the mobile app. So when you open the session, so it's the unique identifier is the session ID. So if you are in BRK COL 1234, that's going to show at the very top of the screen. You'll see the abstract, the speakers who are on the session, and then the little WebEx Team icon that says join the discussion. If you are a current user of WebEx Teams, if you just click that little icon, WebEx Teams will open up and you will be part of the discussion. If you are a new user and have never opened WebEx Teams before, you will be directed to download the app and set up an account with an email. And then at that point, the app will open and you will be part of that space. And so now I'm going to show you basically once you are part of WebEx Teams, this is a screenshot of what it looks like. This is actually a desktop view. And so over here on the left-hand column, that is a list of all the spaces that you are a part of. So this very top one up here is the TEC CLB 1101. If I clicked on that, then that would open up the conversation for that space. And then over here on the right-hand side, and actually there are 6 little buttons or buttons up at the top right-hand corner. If you click on that, it opens up these 6 icons. These are all the capabilities that we can do in WebEx Teams, but you'll probably mostly only use either the blue message icon, the people icon, and then the files icon. If you click on the message icon, it literally just takes your icon down to the bottom of the screen where you type your message. If you click on the files, sometimes the speaker will upload their PDF of their presentation or maybe additional files that they want to share with the participants. So instead of scrolling back through all the conversation to try and find where that file was uploaded, you can just click on the files and it will show up over here on the right-hand side. Let's see, if you click on people, it will open up a list, and I'll show that on the next slide, but it'll open up a list of who are the moderators, so who are the speakers in the session, and then it also lists every attendee that is in that space as well. And just to point out, again, this is the desktop view, so if you're in your cell phone or on your mobile, it is basically a smaller version. So when you first open it up, you'll see the black left-hand column listing all the spaces that you're in. If you click on the top one, the screen changes to the message view, and then you'll have these 6 little buttons that you can click, and that will open up the icons to choose from. So this next slide, I'll show you just a few things that you can do when you're in a space. So again, this is the view showing the people. So when you click on that people icon, this opens up. You can see the moderators here. So in this session, Zach is the speaker. You might see other moderators listed here. We do recommend to the speakers that they add additional experts and moderators in the space to help answer questions, especially if it's a larger session and a lot of attendees in the space. It just helps them answer questions in a timely manner, et cetera. And then below, you'll see all the participants. So this is a smaller space. It only has 4. But if you were in the space, you would be listed right here in addition to everybody else in the space. Let's say you want to ask a question to the speaker. So down here where you would type your message at the bottom of the screen, you would want to use ampersand and then the speaker's name, Zach, and it would be highlighted. That is important, especially in a larger space with a lot of attendees, because that actually notifies him that he has been mentioned. And so then he will be probably quicker to respond if he's notified that he's actually mentioned. So ampersand Zach, you can ask your question. If you move up, it's a little bit light, but there's a circle around these 3 little icons. So if you ask a question, then Zach would click on the little quotation mark, and then that makes it so his answer is posted right under your question. If he just saw the question and then typed an answer down in the comment or down where he would enter his comment, that would actually just go to the bottom of the conversation. So if you want to answer a question directly, you just click on those little quotation marks. You can also flag a comment. So if there's something that was interesting to you or a question that was answered that you want to flag, you can just click the little flag. And then the other very small icon is a trash folder or a trash. You cannot edit your comment, but you can delete it. So those are a few things that you can do to your comment. And then if you go over here to the left, there is a search feature. So if you click in the search, it actually brings up this list below. So you can see unread comments. You can search for people. You can see your favorites. So if you want to favorite a space, you just highlight the little star up by the session ID, and then that will show up under your favorites. The mention, so that's the ampersand that I was speaking about. If someone mentions your name or if the speaker answers a question and will most likely mention you when in replying, it will show up right here. So you can just click on that and it'll take you right to that comment. You can also search, you can search people, you can search keywords in spaces and messages. So if you remember seeing a comment about a certain topic, but you just can't find it and you don't want to scroll through everything, you can actually type it in and you have the ability to search either spaces or messages. So I think that is the bulk of what I wanted to point out. But again, if you have any questions, just put it in the Q&A and I'll try and answer them. And I'll hand it over to Heather.
Great. Thanks, Heather. All right. Lots of great questions in our Q&A, and hopefully we can answer some of those in this next section where we're going to walk you through some of the on-site experience elements and help you navigate your week at Cisco Live. So let's get rolling. A couple things to know about picking up your badge. You're registered, that's awesome. When you get to San Diego, if you arrive at the airport into Terminal 1 or 2, you do have a new option this year that you can grab your badge from the airport between the times listed there on Saturday and Sunday. Speed things up a little bit for you so that you can just head right over to the convention center once you get down into downtown San Diego. We also have express badge pickup at the Hilton Bayfront, the Grand Hyatt, and the Marriott Marquis hotels. And then, of course, our main registration is at the San Diego Convention Center, right inside from the shuttle bus drop-offs. So you have a lot of options this year as to where to get your badge, but please know that our full conference badge holders, you pick up your backpack and your T-shirts only at the Convention Center. So you can pick up badges in multiple places, but materials just at the Convention Center. There were a lot of questions about maps and the layout of Cisco Live. So this year in San Diego, we're really taking over that entire waterfront area there in San Diego. So this is kind of our Cisco Live, we're calling our quote-unquote campus. So it runs all the way from the Grand Hyatt to the Marriott Marquis. You can see the convention center there, the Marina Lawn on the front side, the Hilton Bayfront there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Across the street, the Hard Rock, the Omni, the Petco Park, where the celebration will be, that entire area then leads into the gas lamp district. So you can see this is a pretty big space, and when you come on site, we will have maps for you to help you navigate. When the mobile app launches, you'll see maps in there with a lot of great navigation and wayfinding features. So hopefully we'll be able to help you navigate through all these multiple properties with ease. Do want to encourage you to get outside when you walk between the properties. It's beautiful. You're right along the waterfront. And we've created an entire experience area out on the Marina Lawn, which I'm going to show you next, to kind of extend the experience outside the convention center. So we have the great opportunity of being in San Diego where you have all this wonderful sunshine, you're right on the water. And so we've taken over this Marina Lawn, and this is where we're going to be having our meals. So if you've been to Cisco Live before in San Diego, you know there's some great terraces and balconies coming out the back side of the convention center. So you'll head out there. You can pick up your meals in our farmers market area for lunches. We've got an awesome IoT playground. We've got a great expo area out there. This is really meant to be a destination for you when you're not in a breakout session, to come outside, enjoy a little sunshine and get a brain break, and obviously get nourished as well. So I'm going to dig in just a little bit into that Marina Lawn and show you some of the fun things happening in that space. There's just going to be a lot of activity. Not only will you be able to pick up your meals there, we're going to have just some great lounge, relaxing space out there for you to meet up with colleagues, enjoy the sunshine, and enjoy your lunches. There's also going to be an expo area out there. So I saw some questions coming in about the social impact zone. You'll be able to do those activities outside the convention center. Our NetVet lounge is out there, and several other of our activation areas will be out in the expo section of the Marina Lawn. Social impact, very, very important to Cisco as a company, and obviously to Cisco Live. There is so much power with all of these people coming together, and we can make a real difference in San Diego. And this year we're excited that all of our social impact efforts are tied into helping the homeless situation in the local community. So you'll see different activities in the social impact zone throughout the week. There may be some meal packing, there might be some food kit assembly, there might be some furniture building, but all of the different activities will be going directly to foundations and charities in the area that help the homeless population. We're also going to have some pop-up activations throughout the convention center. So if you can't make it out to the Marina Lawn for some reason, we'll bring a social impact activity to you. So hope you can join us and make a difference. Just hopefully take a little bit of time, but I think the power of all these people together, we can really make a difference in the city of San Diego. One of the cool features that we're doing within the social impact zone to encourage you to come join us out there is if you do the activity in one of our social impact areas, you can scan the QR code and get a fast pass, kind of Disney style, get a fast pass to a walk-in lab. Walk-in labs are taking place in the sales pavilion inside the convention center. They're very popular, as if you're a repeat attendee, you might know. So this fast pass, I think, will be highly valued and prized by those who use it. We also have a first-time attendee program. If you're new to Cisco Live, props to you for joining this webinar, because hopefully it's giving you a real great overview and sneak peek to what to expect on site. Additionally, we'll have a WebEx Teams room launching for all of our new attendees by about June 3rd. We have an on-site orientation where we'll share some of this same information we've just reviewed here. We'll be sharing that and more with some of our NetVet. Our alumni attendees will be joining us to give us their perspective and help answer questions from the attendees' point of view. Then we'll also have some first-time attendee pins, so then you'll know if folks are first-timers and maybe you can help them navigate as well. Social events, some of the fun stuff. So Monday night, we have a reception in the World of Solutions. On Wednesday, we have our big celebration at Petco Park, and we're really excited to have the Foo Fighters and Weezer as our entertainment this year. A little housekeeping note about the party. You do need to be registered for Cisco Live to attend. You do need to pick up a wristband. That will be your actual ticket into Petco. So starting Tuesday afternoon, you can walk up to any of the reg kiosks. You'll scan your badge. They'll provide you with your wristband, which is your ticket to the party. All you'll have to wear that night into Petco is your wristband to get into the party. If you do have a guest that you want to bring to the party, you can purchase a party-only pass. That really is all that it provides access to is to the Petco party or to additionally the certification party if you're eligible for that as well. You can bring your guests to that. And then on Thursday, we have brunch. So after a fun night with the Foo Fighters, we expect everybody will be hungry and need a big old brunch, and we'll have that in the World of Solutions starting at 10 a.m. So those are just some of the social events that will be happening on site. We have some tips from some of our past attendees that we want to share with you. A lot of attendees that we talk to encourage you to wear comfortable shoes, to bring a portable power bank. We will have recharge stations and power in some of the session rooms, but it's really helpful to bring that portable power bank. If you're eligible, pick up your official Cisco Live t-shirt when you're on site. It's always great to follow our Twitter handle and use the hashtag CLUS. Be a part of the conversation, ask us questions, and also we push a lot of information out through those channels to help you navigate. You can read some of the attendee blogs. You can link from our website to see some attendee blogs for some handy tips. Book your sessions through Scheduler, as Laura and the team outlined. They've walked you through what the waitlist process is and how to still check out a session even if you're on the wait list. And do fill out your surveys. Your comments matter. I can't tell you how much time this team spends going through those verbatims and really taking that information and using it each year to improve the experience for you and for our future attendees. So we just thank you in advance for filling out those surveys for us. Social media, we're very active on social media. We hope you will be a part of the conversation as well. You can find us on all of these channels across multiple platforms. So follow us for great information and, of course, be a part of the conversation. So 3 things. They always say leave with 3 points. 3 things for you to do before you leave for San Diego. Download your mobile app. Read your Know Before You Go email that will be sent out that same week. Contains just some great practical tips for you for arriving on site, and schedule your sessions and your Meet the Expert sessions if you haven't already done so. Those are kind of the 3 things top of mind to make sure you do. And then once you get on site, if you still have questions, our team has answers for you. Obviously, our website is a wealth of information. Be watching. We have some exciting news that will be posted very, very soon about our closing keynote. You can email our support team at any time. You can ask Clay in our mobile app. Of course, you can ask us on Twitter, ask us through any of our social media channels that you can. On-site, we'll have information desks. We have daily on-site newsletters. You can ask a NetVet. A NetVet is an alumni attendee of Cisco Live. They have the red lanyards. They're always great information, and they give you a great perspective from the attendee's point of view. And then, of course, our event ambassadors. They'll be wearing these marigold orange colored shirts that say, I can help. There's over 1,000 of them at Cisco Live, and they are ready, willing, and able to answer your questions. And if they don't have the answer, they will help direct you to someone who does. So those are some of the ways that you can get answers when you're on site at the event. And I think with that, I'm going to wrap up my section and turn it back to Laura.
Okay. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate that. I know there are a lot of questions in the Q&A chat. I think we were trying to keep up with them. The mobile app will launch June 3rd, so great suggestion that we should have the mobile app live when we do this webinar. Something to know for next year so you guys can follow along with us. We will be sending the recording, and we're trying to get all of the questions answered, so feel free to keep posting them in there since we've got a little bit more time. I think we're in great shape. There's a lot of information on the website. We've got the shuttle map that you can look at. We've got the exhibitor map on the website. if you're interested in reaching out, please use Twitter. That's a great way for us to answer questions and also to share that with other people. So if we don't get a chance to answer your questions now, you can go ahead and tweet us or just reach us on Facebook as well. Other than that, I think we're in really good shape. We've got a lot of questions to go through. So again, I want to thank you for your time, not just today, but also for your time and investment in attending Cisco Live June 9 through 14 in San Diego. So we are so excited to welcome you there. We can't wait to see you. The team has been working, as I said, a long time to pull this together. And on behalf of all the Cisco Live team and the Cisco Systems Company itself, we want to see you in San Diego, and we look forward to a fantastic event. So thank you for your time.